Hello and welcome to Hanamate. In this video I want to show you a very simple gardening tip how to propagate plants and bushes or even trees. So I use Clonex, a rooting hormone, and then I have a bunch of different supplies that of course you can use the same ones or you can improvise a bit. Um, I do like to do this outside because it's less mess, of course. And then I like to have all the supplies that I'm going to need ready. So I have my dapple willow that I will try to propagate. And then I use rooting hormone. There are many different types. Some are for herbs, some are for bushes. Then I needed pruners and a knife, flower pots. I use wood chips or mulch on the bottom of my pots so to save some soil, and I use brand new soil. I just kind of prefer it, and I use perlite in it so it's nice and soft. I mix it all well together. That was tons of fun. And then I pull my flower pots. So I put the wood chips, maybe I filled half of the flower pot. The new seedlings don't need as much soil, so it's really good to put the wood chips or mulch on the bottom for good drainage too. So, and then I filled it all with soil, and then I put them in the larger container and I water them properly. As you can imagine, the soil that I am using is very dry. It was in the bag for probably quite some time. So preparing the pots is very important. By the way, if you want to, you can just use one large pot or any kind of container. You don't have to use separate flower pots. And do make sure that they are really well watered. Once you put the stem or the part of the plant with the rooting hormone, you don't want it to wash off. And then I use my pruners and knife. I did clean them properly. I use vinegar for cleaning. You can use bleach. This may eliminate any diseases. I do like using knife, and I think if you cut the branch on angle, you will gain more surface area, so the possibility of roots is much larger. So then I trim whatever I'm trying to propagate. So in this case, the willow branch into 2, 3, 4 inches pieces. I do like to strip the leaves on the bottom off, but I like to keep some if I can. So now I'm using a knife. You can do it by holding the piece, or you can put it down on whatever surface you have. So I have wooden workbench, so it's pretty easy. And yes, I can make it on angle and have more surface area. So now the next step is basically planting the branches. But first, I prefer to make a little hole. So either you can use whatever tool you have. I'm using the knife. You can use your finger. The reason for this is that if you don't make a hole and you put the branch with rooting hormone on it, you will basically wash it off and it'll be just on the top. So when I use the rooting hormone, I like to pour it in a little container because you don't want to put the branch in the original container. You will basically contaminate the container. English is silly. So, and this is the final part. You basically dab the branches in the rooting hormone and you plant them. Make sure you squeeze the soil around it properly. And then you finally water everything and hide it somewhere in the shade, but hide it well enough so you don't forget about it. And then you wish for good luck. So thank you for watching Hanamate, and you can follow me on Facebook or Instagram.